Hey boys and girls, got to be quick today with your lesson. Your checking question: what state drinks the most beer per person in 1 year? Your last class question: behind Wisconsin and California, which state produces the most cheese? Idaho, this little guy right here. Daily news. In our last class, you hopefully learned about growth and expansion starting chapter 10. You learned about people like Eli Whitney, inventor of the cotton gin and interchangeable parts. You also learned that Samuel Slater stole the mill design. He memorized the mill design from Great Britain and brought it to America. Things like this provided jobs as an alternative to farming. Your job today is to complete 10.1's notes section. All right, you're going to then make a very short response telling me how industrial revolution was positive for the United States. Your goals: in what ways did the US become more independent economically? Who created inventions that created an industrial boom? And lastly, what caused growth of agriculture in cities? Please download your digital notes right now. You're going to go into the update for the class today, and you're going to stop the video and make a copy of that. Do that now. Please make additions digitally as you watch the rest of the video. Here's the rest of the video. Our main idea: growth of industry. Most people were farmers back in the early 1800s. By 1815, things started to change when the naval blockade by the British during the War of 1812 was lifted. New England was the perfect place for industry. They had poor soil, many rivers, ports, and natural resources like coal and iron. The key to American economy was economic system with private ownership. People, money, and machines were put into businesses, which made success. Free enterprise has 4 parts. We need to know all 4 parts. Free enterprise is where people can work where they want to. 4 major elements: profits, competition, private property, and economic freedom. Businesses produce goods that make profits. That is the point of a business, to make a profit. Buyers will compete to find the best price for the product. This is why Walmart is very successful today. They can sell the same thing for a little bit less. New technology. Things like the spinning jenny, the water frame, and the power loom would save time, lower prices, and increase profits because they move faster, right? Eli Whitney had a major invention in 1793, the cotton gin. Gin is short for engine. There is also patent law. Patent law, or a patent, helps you protect your idea and others from stealing your idea to make money. New England factories. These were all the factory system tried to be kept a secret in Britain, but Samuel Slater memorized it, stole it, and brought it back to New Rhode Island or New England. Francis Lowell opened the first mill. We might have heard about him in the Lowell Mill Factory Girls, right? He is responsible for creating the factory system, putting all manufacturing steps under one roof. This is a big deal. This increased efficiency. Interchangeable parts. This was created by Eli Whitney. Why is it great? It requires low skill. So you don't have to be a very skilled or smart individual to run these machines. You can replace parts very easily. You can reduce your costs, and you can produce at a massive scale. All right, agriculture expands. 65% of Americans work on farms in 1820. This number would decrease. Today, 1% of Americans work in farming, and it's going to be even less. New England depended on cash crops, which were small farms, basically a little bit bigger than gardens. In the South, agriculture is king. Cotton production soared during the Industrial Revolution. It went from 3,000 bales in 1790 to 300,000 bales in 1820. How did this happen? The cotton gin. It removed the seeds from the cotton very quickly instead of combing it out like slaves had to do. With the cotton gin, increased the demand for cotton, so cotton mills started to be made. Okay, got a picture of the cotton gin there. All right. With the expansion of factories came the growth of cities that were specifically on the river: Louisville, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. Why did major cities grow? Well, that's because farmers and factories use the rivers as their highways to move goods. This is huge. Okay, I'm going to stop here because I ran out of time, and we'll cover what's good and bad about city life in the next video.